Hello, inflation fighters. Thank you for joining me today. So I mentioned I want to have a little bit of a system of everything I'm doing for each day of the week. And so Tuesday, if I'm not doing a pantry, is going to be a clean. And it's probably going to be like a deep clean. So today what we're going to do is the coffee maker. Now, I used to clean vacation rentals for a living, and one of the things that was frustrating was the guests would never, and even though it was required for them to do it, they would forget to put these in the dishwasher. So we would arrive there with not enough time to run the dishwasher and have to clean it this way. So I'm going to do it how we did it then, and I will show you what we did. Okay, so this is a Mr. Clean sponge. I just kind of ripped it in half. Well, I thought I was ripping it in half, but I ripped it like this instead. So let me just get it wet. Now, like I said, normally I would do this in the dishwasher rather than this way. But not everybody has a dishwasher, and this Mr. Clean is reusable for many things. So what I do is in my caddy that I have, there's one section that's for appliances where I have a sponge, and then another one for like dirty things, like really dirty things, like maybe the sink or something even. So see how it's getting it pretty good there. So let's go down here. Now the good thing about cleaning this with some regularity, which I'm going to start doing, is I have a room of the house for every day of the week. So that's what I'm going to try to do, some cleaning in every day, and get caught up from 2 years of craziness. Well, three years of craziness with my business. So anyway, and then I'm also going to use this on the top part because that gets pretty icky too in there. In the interior, you'll get a lot of staining and buildup and debris. Now, before I even did this, I ran, not vinegar, but you could use vinegar, lemon juice, and that was a 1-to-1 ratio that I ran through here. And my reason for that is, when you taste it to find out if it's got all of the cleaner out, I'd rather taste lemon than vinegar. So but anyway, and it took let's see, I ran it through with the lemon stuff twice, and then it took 3 times of rinsing to get rid of it. And like I said, it's a 1-to-1 ratio, so depending on what you use. I used about 3/4 of a cup of lemon juice, and then 3/4 of a cup of I'm just rinsing this out. Okay, so now let me dry it. Just see how it looks, and of course you do the carafe first with that because it's something you can see through. And usually with the coffee maker, I do one at my own house. I use the dishwasher, and I do it like once a week on the weekends because we're not in any rush for coffee like we are during the work week. Or should I say the boys? So there is the clean carafe right there. Okay, now let's go onto the filter basket. So you see that there's crevices and stuff inside of all of this. So what we're gonna do, and especially in here, there's like little buildup of coffee, and I don't know, I really don't understand the logic of the grooves in the bottom of this. It just seems to be a coffee catcher, and I don't know, I'm not a fan of it. But anyway, so what I'm gonna do is, this I ran through with the lemon water. So I'm gonna take my toothbrush and just go inside these things here. It's the spring that connects with the bubble to get the water or the coffee to drip in. Now we still do, have a Keurig, but obviously, I mean, it's just too expensive to have right now. So I'm gonna go on the interior and scrub inside this part. Here. And this is good because this gets up to where the crevices are in here. So I don't have to worry about stuff getting stuck in there. And you can see how this could be really time consuming at the vacation rentals. Now when we did vacation rental cleaning, most of the clients, if it was the same day, in other words, we had people checking in and checking out, had a 6-hour window, but you know, you try to get as much business in that 6 hours as you can. So, you know, a smaller place would take like 2 hours to do. But, you know, and the owners were, okay, I'm just gonna use this knife to dry up in those wedges in there. Where those little ridges are. Most of the owners were really good about letting the guests know that they had to clean the coffee maker too. But it didn't always happen. So by the, let's see, we started in 2017. Most clients didn't have an issue with it, but after the first season, when it wasn't getting done, we decided to charge for having to clean it. All right, looks pretty good. I'm just gonna go in there and see if your areas are still have coffee on them. There. And they would always they would write in their customer agreement or client renter agreement that they were going to be charged if that happened. So after that, it didn't really happen too often. But then every once in a while, you just get those people who didn't really care about the rules and things like that. So, you know, I'm not surprised. Okay, so now that I'm going to go inside the coffee maker to start cleaning the interior here, I'm going to cover this up in case I need to use the Mr. Clean. I don't want any of that dripping in there, even though I am going to run one more water through here before we actually have any more coffee. But if you can see here, there's a buildup of, probably from our hard water. So I'm going to try to get off as much of that as I can with the the tools I have here. So anyway, I'm going to use the toothbrush. Oh, it seems to be coming off pretty easily. And that might be because, you know, of the lemon that was in here before. I want to get that all cleaned up. And there's a part back here too where there's some buildup. I'm just going to try to get in there with my toothbrush if I yeah, coffee with the Keurig was just outrageously expensive, and I didn't want to continue to do that. Plus, you know, we don't drink a whole ton of coffee. I mean, we drink some, but it's not anything like, we don't need a big pot, in other words, is what I'm trying to say. So that worked pretty good. Let me get my soapy cloth here. I'm so glad I didn't have to use the Mr. Clean. Alright, so now I'm going to take my knife and just kind of go through this edging that's on here, right on here. I'm happy that, you know, it's not like I want to be not working, but I'm glad I can get the house in order to a degree and have it be kind of more taken care of and paid attention to than it had been in past years. So, where'd that go? Okay, pretty good. All right, so then I'm gonna do this part here, which holds the basket filter. And usually, yep, there's coffee in there. Usually what'll happen is when you're filling the filter, some can spill, coffee can, and generally it's hard to get out completely, but I'm gonna try. So yeah, like I said, with the vinegar. And then I've also heard some people say that they used baking soda to do this. I don't know why, but I feel like that would be more of a mess than anything. But if you've used it, let me know. Because if it works better than the lemon water and such, I'm all for it. Anything that'll clean that out. All right, now I'm gonna get some actual Dawn. I'm running low. Because whether you ever noticed or not, there can be an oily deposit that shows up when you make coffee, and I can see the like greasy spots on here. So, and I don't want to get it too soapy because it's hard, like I said, to get that out, so I'm going to be extra careful doing this part right now. I'm just going on the sides where I see the grease spots here, and I've wrung this rag out pretty significantly, so it should be good to not be dripping anything in there. But again, the final rinse will be. And I noticed another reason why I did this was because, and I'm gonna dry it. We were only getting like 3/4 of a pot in the morning, so when you start to notice that it's going down in production, the amount that isn't quite what it should be, that's when you know you need to run something through it. And let's see, we've been using this since January, so it's been quite a while. Okay, so now I'm gonna head to the exterior, and I'm gonna go under the basket first, under there, and then I'm gonna do the back shield. And this is with just the Dawn cloth here, Dawn and hot water. And now I'm gonna do the heating elements here, or the heater part. some buildup here I just want to get rid of. There you go. Just a little bit. And I'll go through this one time as a first course of cleaning it just to get the dirt off, and then I'm going to do it again to actually clean it, and then I'll dry it. Oh, the other fun thing to do in hospitality is to clean the toaster. Oh gosh. You go in there and you see that that stuff hasn't been touched. I know one of our clients had bought a new place to them, new to them. It was very old. And they needed somebody to clean it mid-season because they bought it mid-season. And up here, that would be July, August time of the year. Anyway, and by season I mean vacation season, not actual season. Anyway, so now I'm gonna dry this off. But we went in there, and of course, every year we would deep clean every vacation rental that we did, but we couldn't do that in this situation. So the first time we cleaned it, we had to plan for 6 hours because we didn't exactly know what we were gonna run into. And that toaster had never had the crumb tray emptied. Yeah, it was just icky. All right, so that is it. She's all ready to go. So I'm gonna run just some hot water through here again, rinse this out one more time, and then it'll be coffee making time. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll share some more tips on cleaning things in a house. It's what I used to do, so I want to share that with you and give you that information. So, all right, everybody, be well, be blessed, and know you're taken care of. Bye now.